Hi there everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome to this week's card of the week where we talk about a FFTCG card that's either up and coming, that's coming out that's new, or a previously competitive card that maybe needs a bit more of a spotlight that they usually gets. But this week we're going to be talking about two new cards from Opus VIII, and they're from Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, and they are Fina and Dark Fina. Now the reason that I wanted to give these two cards a spotlight in particular is because I think they're absolutely crazy, or at least the potential for them is. So if you wanted to have a quick look at these cards and see what my reasoning is for thinking this way, then stay tuned and keep on watching. As always, before we get started, I'll give you an opportunity quickly to have a look at the social links in the description box below, including my Discord, where we all chat about FFTCG, Opera and all sorts of other things, my Patreon, where you can get early access to all of my videos, as well as a bunch of other stuff, and my Twitch channel where I stream a bunch of things, and you can come and chill and chat with me and all that good stuff. Now the first of the two cards that I want to talk about today is going to be Dark Fina, who is an ice card that we kind of sorely needed because the high-end ice cards that we've had before, like Sephiroth and Orphan, are kind of restricted to just being played in mono ice, or mostly at least. Whereas Dark Fina definitely encourages the use of multicolored decks. In particular, I think Ice Fire is the way to go with Dark Fina, simply because of the crazy amount of synergy she has with Phoenix. So, if you're at 5 or more damage, which Fire tends to want to do anyway because of cards like Ject and Lease, if you're into those kind of cards, she can give you ridiculous amounts of value for the 7 CP it costs to play her. Because you get a 9k guy, then you can go and get Phoenix, cast it for free, and then you get a guy out of your break zone, and then take a guy out on your opponent's side of the board as well. It's like, there's a lot of things going on there for one play, and it's pretty insane. Even if you're not at 5 or more damage, being able to just go Dark Fina Phoenix is just a really nice play in general. I wouldn't necessarily just play the only reason I'm less sure with Dark Fina than I am with Fina, and you'll see why when I get to her, is because a 5 CP 9k guy that kind of thins the deck out for a summon doesn't sound all too great. But when you factor in the potential for the combo abilities she has, there's 3 summons I want to touch on in particular with her. One of them being Phoenix, the others being Zodiac, and the other being Diabolos. I think the potential for combos with her is insane. Diabolos in particular comes to mind because of the activate all your backups part of the card, where you can play Dark Fina and Diabolos to take out a guy and activate all of your backups. And then it's essentially made it so that Dark Fina costs you 2 CP if you have 5 backups out, which is crazy. And not only that, but you obviously get something else to go with it. I do think that if you're at 5 or more damage, it definitely, you know, benefits you a much greater deal than if you weren't. But I think the potential for combo capabilities has definitely put her on at least the sidelines of the map for me. Now, I do want to take a moment of silence, almost, when it comes to Fina. Wind did not need a card like this in its current state. Wind Earth is currently the best deck in the game. Wind variants have so much going for them, and honestly, Fina just adds to this, and it's scary. So, for 6 CP, you get one of 2 abilities, and for 9 CP, you get both of them. Getting both of them isn't necessarily the thing you want most, but obviously you get so much more ceiling and potential in combo capabilities if you do use it. For example, playing her and then Chelinka immediately after means you end up with a 9k guy, a 7k guy, and 7,000 damage across your opponent's board for 6 CP and 2 cards out, yeah, or for 9 CP and that's it. Which is crazy, because obviously you reactivate the backups from playing Fina, and that leaves you room to play Chelinka. And because of the way that she's costed, even if you just play Fina on her own, you're going to want to dole 4 backups and discard 1 card. So if you've got a 5th backup with an activated ability, say Alhanalem for example, or for Soya if you want to play her in Wind Water, then you have the capabilities to use your activated abilities twice as well. Not only this, but in Mono Wind, you already have Bart and Vata, who are this I'm a big guy that comes in for free shenanigans, and Fina just adds to that as well. There are going to be these big D plays of Fina, Bart, Vata, something else, and you don't have to do anything. At absolute worst, she is a 2 CP 9k guy. That is at worst, if you've got 4 backups out. There's something wrong there. Like, there's so much potential for this card, and yet the consistency of how good she is, because her worst day is being a 2 CP 9k. If you then combine that with all the other stuff that Wind does, you just have these massive boards come out of nowhere, and because she deals the 5k as well, you can just play her on her own for 6 CP. If your opponent's playing mono water, just take out all of their aggro pieces all at once. If your opponent's playing mono fire and is playing a lot of the smaller guys, take them all out at once. If you've got Fina and Chelinka in hand, you can just wipe your opponent's board there and then, and the potential for this card is absolutely terrifying. Feel free to comment in the comments below and let me know if you think I'm overselling this card, because I have been known to do that once or twice, but in all honesty, I don't see how this card is bad, because it just augments all of the playstyles that Wind already has, is a self-sufficient card because she's just value at absolute worst, and in all honesty, I actually misread Fina the first time I read her. I thought that the activate all characters you control was activate all forwards you control, and I was like, oh, okay, that's a thing, I guess. Then I realised it was characters, and I'm like, hold on a minute, that means she's a 1 or 2 CP card. And then I realised that it's all characters and not all Wind characters you control. I'm like, okay, this card is literally insane. You can put this in anything that involves Wind. So Wind Water gets played a lot. You can either mill extra cards with Riku, or you get an extra Fusoya activation. There's loads of things you get off of that. If you put her in Mono Wind, you get extra Alhanalem activations. If you put her in Wind Earth, it's activate all characters you control, so you can get to reactivate all your Cactars if you already have a Dadaluma out and just use those again. And if you already have a Dadaluma and a Cactuar out, and then you play a Fina at max cost, your opponent's board is not surviving that unless they have a damn good counter to it. And honestly, with Wind Earth already being the best deck in the game, or arguably the best deck in the game for being safe reasons, I just think that this card goes in that deck as it is, and we don't even know the rest of what's in Opus VIII, so it's genuinely terrifying to see a card like this get put in Wind. And with them both being Legends, Fina and Dark Fina, I can see this set, alongside some of the other cards that we've seen already, like Luna Freya, who was recently spoiled, but I don't think we have an English translation for her yet, so if we do, then I'll put an image up on the side and you'll be able to read her, but that's the reason that she's not the card of the week this week. And I think that there's so many good Legends that they've spoiled already, and we've barely seen any of them, that this could end up being another Opus 5, where the Legends are really, really strong, and so you're going to want to get a lot of this set. And if Fina is anything to go by, or Dark Fina, it's definitely looking like it's going to go that way. So in conclusion, I think that Dark Fina is very playable and has a high ceiling for combo potential and crazy shenanigans in lots of people's decks, and I think that Fina is pretty ridiculous, quite honestly. So that's going to be the end of this video for you and the end of the card of the week. Let me know in the comments below what you think of Dark Fina and Fina. Do you think I'm overselling Fina? Do you think I'm over or underselling Dark Fina? And just let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you want to see from next week's card of the week and any other videos that I do for Final Fantasy TCG. Don't forget to subscribe and check out all the social links in the description box below, as I said earlier. And thank you very much for watching. So I shall see you guys later. Bye now.